The private sector plays a vital role in addressing social challenges the country faces today. Whether through CSR programs or initiatives, it is the private sector's role to assist the government in helping the marginalized and underserved, ensuring a bright tomorrow for future generations. Good evening, I'm Pinky Webb, and this is Business Matters, where doing good is good business. Philippine diversity is considered as one of the richest in the world. However, it is also among the most threatened. According to the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, or DENR, the Philippines is losing approximately 47,000 hectares of forest cover every year, due largely to illegal logging. As per DENR, the country now has only a little more than 4 million hectares of forest left, compared to 21 million hectares during the year 1900. The effects of natural calamities has also worsened due to deforestation. Seeing the need to address this pressing concern, the country's top business tycoon, Dr. Lucio through the Tan Yan Ki Foundation Incorporated, created a program to help reforest the country to help mitigate the effects of climate change and to better the lives of Filipinos.
We call it the Dr. Lucio Legacy Forest Project. The intention of the Legacy Forest Program originally is to increase the planting of native trees.
Through the Dr. Lucio Legacy Forest Project, Tan Yan Ki Foundation Incorporated, in partnership with the University of the Philippines, Los Baños, committed to plant 15 million trees in 10,000 hectares of forest land in different parts of the country in a span of 10 years.
Tan Yan Ki Foundation was able to plant 620 hectares in the UP land grant area. So it's about planting indigenous trees to make sure that the population of native trees increases.
Caranglan, Nueva Ecija is one of the partner communities of the Foundation's Dr. Lucio Legacy Forest Project. Based on the Foundation's 2018 annual report, the reforestation program in Caranglan, Nueva Ecija has covered 787 hectares of the 930-hectare area for reforestation and protection in the area, greatly improving its flora and fauna despite the province's harsh climate.
We trial 15 variety of species. Meron kasi tayong kinakategorize na commodity. One is the timber wood. Another one is the fuel wood and agroforestry. Another one is yung alibangbang. Alibangbang is a non-flammable species and it serves as a pioneer species. And the last one is the batino.
More than caring for the environment, the Legacy Forest Project also gives priority to social welfare by providing livelihood opportunities in the form of employment to local farmers in the area. Among them are Efrina Lamsis and Elizabeth Tamundon. Before partnering with the Legacy Forest Project, some of the farmers in Caranglan, Nueva Ecija, practice kaingin, a slash-and-burn type of cultivation which greatly contributes to deforestation.
Nasubukan din namin, sir, nagputol ng kahoy para maipugon, para lang may pangtustos.
Kagaya sa bukid, di ba, sir, kung minsan hindi siya yung sapat yung ani. Pagka kinukulang, siyempre sarili namin yung area. Nag-uuling na kami, sir. Bawal talaga, sir, yun. Kaya lang wala na po kaming choice na pagtatrabahoan ng iba.
Aside from the harmful farming practice, the farmers in the area planted crops but with minimal returns in investment.
Masakit sa dibdib. Nananalangin ako sa Diyos. Sana hindi ako magkasakit, ganun. Para ako laging malakas sa magtrabaho para sa amin.
Minsan, pag nahihirapan ka, naisip mo hanggang kailan kaya itong paghirap na to. Yung puhunan mo sa garden, tapos medyo bumagsak siya. Siyempre, mangluluho ka din kasi utang mo lang din yung pinagpuhunan mo ron.
Focusing on long-term sustainability, the Forest Legacy Project provided livelihood to farmers like Elizabeth and Efrina, as well as education.
It's not just about planting trees at the end of the day, because once you plant trees, you address three bottom line. If the microclimate is enhanced, the soil is also enhanced, so better for livelihood of the people for farming. Third part is economics. So people, they are able to generate, they're able to have livelihood.
Being employed by the Legacy Project provided Efrina and Elizabeth steady income to help with their day-to-day expenses, greatly improving their family's living condition.
Malaki ang naitulong kasi may karagdagan siya sa budget namin. Nung nandito na ako, tapos ayun, anuhan naman namin na magpatayo ng bahay dyan sa Patagan. Isa sa pundar ko na nagtulungan namin mag-asawa.
Noon kasi hindi ka makabili ng mga gusto mo, sir. Ngayon, pwede mong bilhin ng paunti-unti. Katulad po nung yung washing ko po. And then, nakabili din po ako ng ininot-inutan ko ng bumibili ng yero. At gusto kong mayero lahat yung bahay namin.
Other than planting trees, another program of the foundation that aims to help farmers is the Small Water Impounding Project. This program aims to help communities make effective use of water resources for irrigation and agricultural production. The town in San Fabian in Pangasinan is among the communities who benefit from this project.
Yung creek kasi medyo mababa sa service area. Kaya ang ginagawa, naglalagay ng diversion dam para tumaas yung tubig para mapatakbo dito sa mga bukid.
Bilang sa pagsasaka, dapat yung aming pananim na palay ay kailangan na palaging mayroong tubig. Para sa ganun hindi po sila mahirapan pagdating na po ng nag-init.
Farmers are among the most vulnerable when it comes to social issues. Without agriculture would mean increased poverty, hunger, and malnutrition for the country. That's why through programs like the Dr. Lucio C. Tan Legacy Forest Project and Small Water Impounding Project, the foundation hopes to help empower farmers by improving their state of living and giving them a stronger sense of purpose to better not only their lives, but also of their fellow Filipinos.
Tanenke is my father. Farmer provide food for us. We have planted trees in more than 1,000 hectares. Reforestation project protect the area, climate change, and improve livelihood opportunities to bring back our air quality balance, biodiversity, and best place to live in for the humankind.
A healthy population is the backbone of a healthy nation. So to help the country have more expert medical professionals, the Tanyan Key Foundation Incorporated helps Filipino doctors providing greater learning opportunities. A healthy populace speaks of a healthy nation, and in order to ensure the quality of health in the country, expert medical professionals are needed to help bring wellness and provide immediate health care, helping uplift the well-being of every Filipino. As part of Tanyan Key Foundation's health project, they created a program that helps aspiring doctors by funding their advanced medical education through a specialty scholarship program.
Wellness is important for continuous learning.
Dr. Elton Ong is one of the scholars who was given a chance to pursue his medical studies abroad thanks to TYKFI ABI Medical Specialty Scholarship Program of Tanyan Key Foundation in partnership with one of the largest breweries in the country. Having graduated medicine at the University of Santo Tomas, Dr. Ong wanted to further specialize in neurogenetics.
Genetics is the study of the genetic basis of a lot of neurological disorders. And then I got into the program through NYU, yung New York University. I got an offer, to do a 3-year fellowship. But at that time, syempre, medyo financially hard up kami. So we don't really have a choice, so funding has to come from an organization that would help you.
But with a strong drive and passion to help his fellow countrymen, Dr. Ong decided to take a leap of faith and apply to the scholarship program of the foundation.
So I heard about the Tanyanki Foundation, which is a part of the Asia Brewery, diba? And then I applied. Every year, I think they would get like 1 or 2 scholars. So I got the scholarship, and then I went to do the training in NYU.
Dr. Ong was accepted into the Medical Specialty Scholarship Program. The program provided him with a 1-year scholarship to help him with his expenses while he studies abroad at the New York University School of Medicine in the year 2000.
It was supposed to be like for a 1-year na scholarship. Pero the training would last for 3 years. So yung 2nd year and 3rd year ko, I was offered already by the New York University to finish the training.
After 3 grueling years of studying abroad, Dr. Ong finally finished his specialization in neurogenetics. Impressed with his performance, Dr. Ong was offered by the chairman of the Department of Neurology to sponsor him and help him with his working visa. Though a professional career in one of the world's greatest cities sound enticing, fate had other plans for Dr. Ong.
That was like the initial plan. So parang okay, di ba? And then I came home, tapos sabi ko, sige, initially I thought, okay, maybe I could just serve for serve the 2 years and then go back there. Pero nung pag-uwi ko, I got this invitation from a friend of mine. His name is Dr. Lucio. He used to practice in both Ilocos Norte and Sur. I got the offer, tapos nag-apply ako sa mga hospitals, and then I got accepted. So parang basically, I was the first na resident neurologist of Ilocos Sur 15 years ago.
Despite not being a local of Vigan, Ilocos Sur, Dr. Ong's practice of neurology in Vigan proved to be a blessing as he became the first resident neurologist in the province.
I had to adjust, during the first few weeks. Siyempre, province life. But once I started practicing, so that's when I realized na iba pala, when you practice in the province, they will really appreciate, your efforts. I got a chicken, nakakuha ako ng kambing. Tapos may nagbigay ng banana. Yung banana na talagang ipaplant mo siya. Iba yung fulfillment that you get by helping others.
He also actively helps the foundation, which paved the way to his medical profession by participating in medical missions and forums in partnership with one of the largest breweries in the country. Dr. Ong also became a contributor to the publishing of the Foundation's Medical Forum Health Guide that aims to help lay people understand and use knowledge towards better health.
Yung Asia Brewery Medical Forum, yung book na to is actually a compilation of all the different lectures conducted by the different scholars of Tanyanki Foundation. It's also kinda one way of Tanyanki to actually reach out to people and make them realize and learn yung different disorders in a less scientific manner.
Dr. Ong admits that he still thinks about the life he might have lived if he chose to return to New York to practice his profession. But the rewards of helping his fellow Filipinos will always be greater and fulfilling.
It's not really about fame or money. So at the end of the day, what's more fulfilling is actually for you as a doctor, for you to be able to help other people and reach out to, especially the less fortunate ones.
Each year, a growing number of Filipino youth pass up the chance at education due to factors brought about by poverty in which they are tied to. In order to break the snares hurled against the poorest farming families and far-off communities, the Tanyanki Foundation Incorporated steps in to provide children of farmers equal access to free, holistic, and quality education. Knowledge is a powerful tool in enabling the youth and shaping communities into a progressive society. As part of its holistic and value-centered programs, the Project for Education was designed to provide equal opportunities for children of farmers in getting access to quality education. In Nueva Vizcaya alone, 153 underprivileged children get access to private education made possible through the Tan Yan Ki Foundation. TYKFI St. Teresita's Academy Scholarship Program for Farmers' Children.
We have 153 students from grade 7 to senior high, but we have at present the 3 schoolers who were adopted by the Tan Yan Ki Foundation Incorporated because their parents were buried during the Typhoon Ampong.
Aside from full educational assistance and distribution of school supplies, the foundation seeks to create a lasting impact on the lives of these children from poor farming families by sustaining their parents' efforts in providing them a decent life.
For the Tan Yan Ki scholars, we also ask them to go for outreach activities. In fact, they join the different sections in going to different barrios, rendering outreach for the least fortunate brethren of SDA.
Together, the foundation creates a culture of readily giving a helping hand to those in need. However, out of the lives touched and hands guided, one stands different from the rest. These hands that almost turned yellow because aside from burning the eyebrows, this young hopeful has to share the burden of her mother's toil.
Pinansin po, bakit yan ganun? Tinanong nila ako. Yun po, sinabi ko po, nagkuhan po kami ng luyang dilaw. Gumagawa po ng turmeric tea, ginger tea. Nasanay na din po kami.
Her father farms rice and vegetables on a small piece of land, while her mother tends the house and earns a living through their backyard business. Although being different had its toll, Noreen managed to remain focused and stay on top of her game.
Nasanay po ako sa, example po, lahat ng kasama ko puros mga igorot. Pagdating ko po dito, medyo nag-a-adjust ako kasi new environment. Siyempre sila, parang first time nilang magkaroon ng kaklase na igorot, ganun po. Yun po, kahit po minsan may sinasabi sila sa amin, hinahayaan na lang po namin sila.
Her being shy and aloof at times only made things harder for her, something that bothered her mother twice as much as it did her, especially because they were not able to give Noreen the kind of support she needed.
Malungkot naman ako pag ganun na gusto niya talaga yung porso na yan tapos hindi namin ma-provide. Talagang in-advise ako siya kung talaga yan ang gusto mo para magsikap siyang mag-aral.
Making the cut gave Noreen not only a renewed sense of hope, but the courage to face tomorrow with grit and motivation. Through regular assemblies and character development programs that help her stand out, beaming with pride.
Thankful po ako sa kanila dahil tinulungan po kami na, lalo na po yung mga anak ng mga farmers na pumasok sa isang school na kung saan yung makakapag-aral kami ng mabuti. Dadagdagan po yung confidence ko.
It is also through her scholarship that she realized how she wants to be a productive member of society, and that is becoming a nurse.
Importante po kasi, syempre po, maraming nangangailangan na deserving para po matulungan. Kung titignan mo po kasi yung iba, kung ikukumpara ko po sa sarili ko, mas swerte pa ako. Kaya yun po, gusto kong tumulong sa ibang tao. Pagdating po ng araw, magiging inspirasyon po ako sa mga ibang kabataan upang ipagpatuloy nila kung ano yung gusto nilang maabot sa buhay nila.
Inspire and motivate the students for continuous learning, discipline through character formation.
As a socio-civic organization focused on uplifting the lives of many by taking care of the environment and enabling communities through education, Tanyan Key Foundation helped the construction of a school building atop the mountain in Santa Fe, Nueva Vizcaya, 10 years ago. From then on, it served as an inspiration for children from far-flung, poverty-stricken areas who now no longer need to set their education aside as the foundation seeks to bring them the opportunity to thrive.
Itong location ngayon ng school, 10 years ago, isang bundok lang ito. Yung mga estudyante noon, dahil walang kumpletong paaralan, pag numarating na mag-grade 4 na sila, pumupunta na sila sa ibang barangay at doon na itinutuloy yung pag-aaral. Pero kulang sa 50 na mga batang mag-aaral lang ang nakakapagtapos dahil sa sobrang layo.
The lack of classrooms and activity areas for students from different grades and sections to share space in a small section of the barangay hall, something that called the attention of the volunteers from Tanyan Key Foundation during a site visit. As a result, they assisted in building an entire school facility for the benefit of poor students and their dedicated teachers.
Nung nagkaroon ng ganun na project, bilang isang teacher, natuwa po ako.
Despite the struggle, the construction of the building marked the beginning of a new hope.
Una, dahil hill ito, hindi naman siya flat, hindi pwedeng pagtayuan. I feel fortunate dahil hindi lahat ng community ng lugar na ito ay nabigyan ng pagkakataon na makomplete yung elementary level ng mga bata.
Where before, children were framed to stop schooling at an early age and leave their hometowns once they grow up to seek and settle for low-paying jobs. These children are now armed with dignity, hope, and the proper education to help them reach their full potential.
Since the opening of Tanyan Key Elementary School, from every year, tumataas na po ang enrollment nila hanggang ngayon. Every year po, with complete school bag, school supplies, uniforms po.
Maganda po ang aming paaralan at presko po. Dahil po, marami pong puno dito.
As part of its initiative in establishing a sustainable and dynamic learning environment for the youth, the foundation also participates in Brigada Escuela programs and helps out in the construction of gyms and buildings in different schools.
Nung bata po ako, namulat na po agad ako sa kahirapan. Dapat masipag po agad sa pamumulot ng basura. Kasi nga po, malapit kami dito sa dump site sa Lian. May trabaho naman po ang tatay ko nung that time. Isa po siyang musikero.
Raised by his father single-handedly along with his 4 siblings, John almost gave up schooling as soon as he graduated high school.
Nalilimit po kasi ako ng kahirapan nun eh. Parang medyo lagay na po yung loob ko na hindi ako magka-college eh. Nag-try po ako mag-apply sa isang department store. Then 2 weeks po ako nag-training hanggang sa akala ko po tanggap na ako pero hindi pala. Down na down po ako. Parang ayaw ko na po lumabas ng bahay.
Little did John know that his bad days were over because the days ahead are now bound to give him a greater start.
Kinabukasan po, nagpasama po ang aking lola sa medical mission. Yung medical mission pong yun, ang nag-organize na Tanyan Key. Parang nung sa usapan po nila, nakita po nila yung buhay namin. Yun nga po, nabigyan po ako ng scholarship.
Bilang estudyante, si John ay masipag. Siyempre kapag scholar ka, kailangang mag-aral kang mabuti.
John persevered in his academics and extracurricular activities and was able to maintain his scholarship throughout his college years. He's currently treading his last year in BS Accountancy when his father his only light and rock faltered.
Last February 28 po, nawala po ang aking tatay. Namatay po siya sa stroke. Nakakapanghinayang kasi hindi niya man lang po ako nakita na umakyat sa graduation ko eh. Konting panahon na lang tay, maaabot ko na yung mga pangarap natin. Sana kung nasan ka man ngayon, sana hanggang ngayon proud na proud ka pa rin sa akin.
Through ups and downs, John lifts up his worries instead while constantly thanking the one up there for the blessings he has been receiving.
Maligayang maligaya ako na hindi para sa akin, kundi para sa kanya. At matulungan niya ang kanyang mga akwang naghihirap.
Stories like this and a lifelong commitment to nation building fuel the drive of the Tanyan Key Foundation in leading young minds towards greatness. This only proves that being deprived of the means to study should not be a hindrance to education, or better yet, success.
Education is the backbone of every nation. It is the future. These children are our future. We need education so that we can share our wisdom to the future generation.
The foundation will continue program to boost food security, environment protection, and economic prosperity for future generations.
Education is one of the fundamental drivers of personal and national growth. What we put into the minds of the young ones, we therefore sow upon them, hoping that the seeds we plant today will henceforth flourish into a brighter and better tomorrow. Join us again next season as we share more inspiring stories of communities and people whose lives have changed for the better. For comments, suggestions, and updates, do follow us on Facebook at Business Matters PH. I'm Pinky Webb, and this is Business Matters, where doing good is good business.